بعد. So many times, wallahi, you look at people around you and you hope that they are Muslims. So many times we meet people, good people around you, that they are not Muslims and you're hoping that they are Muslims. Right? I had a manager that she was very nice to me, very nice. And really when I came in, I was in da'wah more. And now I'm in the field that if someone comes to me, I'll talk. But before, when I was young, I used to go and talk. And when she was talking to me, after a while I knew her. She said my father was higher than a priest. I'm not sure what's the ranking. I said, really? She said, yes. Okay, make me believe now. And then I talked to her and she said, oh, dear Jesus. Good. And start the questions that it attacks immediately. Why one son? Why God created that? And these kind of questions that I was hoping that to change. I was hoping to ask her. Even I remember her name until today. This is almost like 20 years ago. And really, when I remember that, I say, why they are not Muslims? Why they are not coming to Islam? Hoping one day. But she told me one sentence. Ehab, I like it that way. Leave me as is. I said, okay, fair enough. Is there an answer to that dilemma, really, for all of us around you, especially for the youth? You see some good people. My son was telling me that some of his friends are very nice. I was hoping to change him to be a Muslim. Right? Everyone wants that. Even better than all of us. Is there a better than all of us? Yeah, better than humanity. The Prophet ﷺ, he's standing in front of his uncle, Abu Talib. Standing, asking him for one word. Say, La ilaha illallah. Who's his uncle? Abu Talib. He supported him. He stood beside him. He helped him. He even went to Sha'b Bani Talib, 3 years with him, starving. Rasulullah loved him. He wanted him to just say La ilaha illallah. Why? To ask Allah to reduce the penalizing of him. That's it. Say La ilaha illallah. And Abu Jahl was standing there and telling him, Abu Talib, you won't say the people when you die that you change. And okay, now the question. And he died. As far as we know, he died as a non-Muslim. But really the question now, why didn't he say it? If it's a normal word. My son was telling me, even my daughter was debating with me, can I marry someone who's a revert that say, La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah, I'm Muslim? I said, doesn't work that way. Doesn't work that way. Because really some of the girls, they want to marry and La ilaha illallah, okay, La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. No. Islam, it has to come from inside. Then really, back to our story again. Then the Prophet ﷺ, hoping that Abu Talib will change. Like all of us. We have friends. We have sometimes people around us that we want to change. But the question, let's go one step back and ask ourselves this question. Maybe this is a part of the test. Maybe the question is a part of our test. That, okay, you see good people and doing well, but they are not Muslims. And sometimes you see someone like Bashar, and I can say his name, I have no problem, and killing people. Or someone else doing that. And you say, okay, now this man is claiming to be a Muslim, and this is not Muslim, and you're hoping to turn into Islam. But the question to every one of you, are you going in the right path, understanding religion more, working hard, attending tafsir lectures from Dr. Amgad or others, learning more about Islam? The question to all of us, yeah, it's good to hope, but what did you do to make a difference? The problem is we're hoping only. We're trying our best to hope. But really, even with our youth, when you ask them, you're surprised. Oh, my son, I want. Like yesterday, I'm telling you a true story. My daughter was asking me this question. Can I marry a revert? And I was, what? A revert? And just say La ilaha illallah is done. No. And the fight started with just a simple word she said. Now it triggers everyone's head. Then really we need to work on our youth and ourselves. How? One, knowledge. We need to learn our religion. We need to learn how to stand. We need to learn how to understand and talk. Two, work in the surroundings. We're hoping that our far neighbor will come to Islam and our son, our daughter can go astray, which is so scary. Three, try to come to the mosque more. If you have any questions, there are people who can support or can help. Four, make sure that you find a good friends to your son or daughter so that they cannot switch. And lastly but not least, teach him that the Prophet ﷺ is our guidance. Learn more about him. Hoping that the ayah فَلَعَلَّكَ بَاخِعٌ نَفْسَكَ عَلَىٰ آثَارِهِمْ إِن لَّمْ يُؤْمِنُوا بِهَذَا الْحَدِيثِ أَسَفًا. The Prophet is trying his best to make all the surroundings come. And Allah telling him, when times come, they will come. But it depending on what can you do. I'm not talking about the Prophet, I'm talking about us. What can we do here in Canada? Let's work on that part. Attend more lectures. Try to come. Alhamdulillah, we have someone like Dr. Amgad or Sheikh Abu Aziz or Yasser. People who can guide. Come with questions, especially if your son or daughter asks you a question that triggers something in your head. Don't let it go. Don't let it go, and I'm serious about it. Because really, if you let it go, she will not or he will not ask you the next question. She will go or he will go to John or Jessica to ask them the question. And at that time, you lost them. Alert yourself. Wake up. There's a question, does it make sense? And you worked hard on that. No, stop here and start answering the question. Make a lecture. Try to get her. Come with me. Dr. Amgad is here. Let's talk. Let's have questions to you. I'm telling you that because I see young faces here, beautiful faces. I'm very happy to see everyone. If you have questions, you know who to ask. By the way, it's hard to find a good, resourceful scholar to ask. We have one, not only one, we have two. We have three, alhamdulillah. Come and ask. May Allah make us from the people who hear and adhere. May Allah make us from the people who understand and work hard. اللهم اهدنا فيمن هديت وعافنا فيمن عافيت اللهم اجعلنا على الطريق يا رب العالمين اللهم اجعلنا من عبادك السعداء في الدنيا والآخرة اللهم اسعدنا في الدنيا والآخرة وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى اللهم على نبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا وجزاكم الله خيرا.